Okay. So now, we're really fully into videos now and talking about videos. Are we saying really, our social media offerings have to include video? Do you think? Because ours doesn't.
No, it doesn't have to. It doesn't have to.
Okay, it doesn't. Okay, that's good.
It's a thing that we are experimenting now with these conversations, but tutorial videos are really good if you want to show something. But these kind of more conversational videos where you're discussing a topics, trying to get people to talk to, and those require some more preparations at times, even though we try to keep the preparation at minimum.
Okay. So I think at the moment I'm quite stuck in a rut with our social media. So I post on Twitter, Facebook, Reddit, LinkedIn, and that's sort of pretty much the extent of it. Don't do anything fancy. I'm certainly not creating videos, although maybe I will be inspired to after your next how to create a video conversation. So how do you get out of a rut? If you feel that you are in a rut,
you have to make it fun.
Okay.
And that's probably easier said than done. But the problem is you're in a rut because you don't feel that the thing you're doing is benefiting or creating some value, and you do not get the feedback that you hope for.
Yes, okay, yeah, maybe. I mean, I have sort of got used to the idea that I don't get a huge amount of feedback, but I don't take that personally. I just feel that people are so busy and inundated, and we're all absolutely bombarded with emails and notifications and everything, that we're all just you just sort of become a little bit numb to it.
Yeah, but I think, so what we are doing here is that we decided that we're going to run this for 1.5 years, every week a video.
Okay.
That's the decision.
Yeah.
And then every half year we're going to do an evaluation and tweak some things or provide some other type of content and add up. But I think you need to try to find new ways of engaging with your audience. Maybe do a quiz, maybe do something, talk to your customers or partners and see, are you doing something fun that we can engage with? If we do something that are benefiting you, like posting about what some of your customers are doing and sharing that in your channel might inspire some of your other customers, and not only kind of promoting things that you do. And that will make things easier as well, because then you don't have to create the content because some of your customers have created the content. It's like
I do try and do that actually, which is why I look at customers and partners and just people within our community. I do. That's why I like to look and see what they're doing, because I like to just promote it, retweet it, share it. I like doing that.
Yeah. And I think that's also one of the reasons we have this conversation, because in the Dataflex community, for instance, there is not that many businesses that are active on social media.
Very good point.
We are, you and I, we are basically alone with data access, trying to make this a vibrant community.
I think actually, that's really, really key. Most of our customers, they're not interested in social media at all. I mean, Mike wasn't hugely initially, and he sort of has come around to the idea, but I think they are more like him. So, I'm sort of pushing stuff out to people who probably don't even have, they might have Facebook or they might have Twitter, but they often, our customers aren't really even seeing it. So I suppose So as a company then, how would you encourage your customers to embrace social media, a platform that you could communicate with them? How would
No,
you do that? Would you email them?
I would start by asking you as a viewer to write down in the comments below and tell us why you are not more active on social media. What would you like to um, use your social media for, and tell us something that we can work on and maybe make another video later on. So
Yes.
that's one thing, because when we get comments in the videos, that is something that Facebook and YouTube really like. Then they
Okay.
realize that our users are engaging with us, and
Okay.
then they promote the video even more. So that's an important thing. The likes are not so important anymore. So you don't
Okay.
have to care about the likes that much, but share and write comments on the content. That's means for the algorithm that it's engaging content. And then it gets more views from other people as well.
Now, I know I'm guilty. I think I'm being helpful, but often I do share and retweet things without putting a comment because,
Mm.
again, it's time pressures and you want, you think you're doing the right thing, but maybe just take a bit more time and make sure those comments are in there, because I know I'm not doing that all the time.
Yeah, it's easy to just put share or like or something
Yeah.
like that, but actually consuming the content, thinking about how you would react to it and post a question, uh, it takes a little bit more effort, but it could be a lot more engaging, and it could widen the conversation. And that's one of the things that we want to do with these videos. We call them casual conversations, but we
Mhm.
actually want to invite all the viewers to take part in the conversation.
Yeah.
And so we want to widen this community. That's what we're trying to do here.
It's a really good idea. I hope it's going well. Is
Yeah,
it?
so far, Klaus did a kind of mid-evaluation of our goal for the first half year.
Uh-huh.
And the goal is to have like 100, 200 viewers on the content.
Yeah.
And we are well on the track to getting there. So it looks
Oh,
good.
wow.
Yeah.
Oh, that's really good.
Yeah.
So back to the old social media rut, all that kind of stuff.
Mhm.
Do you think we should have a sort of more formal, within a company, a sort of more formalized social media campaign? Because you were just saying about evaluating. I don't do that. I just, I just sort of free range. I post, I share, I tweet, I do what I can, but I don't measure. I'm not measuring.
No, I'm also quite bad at measuring.
Measuring is not easy, is it? Otherwise, we'd be doing
No,
it.
you need to know what you should measure,
Yes.
and in the end, uh, it's difficult because you need to kind of know what kind of changes you should make in order to improve the things you're measuring as well. And when it comes to social media, it's really hard to know if a piece of content works or does not work. And sometimes we post a video and it get like 100 views, and sometimes we post another video where we think that this is a good one, and it's like 30 views.
And it could, the trouble is, it's a bit of a black art. It could almost be down to what day and time of the week you post it.
Yeah.
Who's sitting at their desk when it comes in with, a cup of coffee and just giving themselves a bit of a break and thinking, oh yeah, I've got time for that.
Yeah.
How do we know?
Exactly. And now it's Christmas, so everyone is stressed about buying Christmas gifts and preparing not this Christmas perhaps because it's Corona time, but
Yeah.
otherwise, yeah, we noticed during there's a week where everyone has free time with their kids in Sweden, for instance.
Mhm.
That week we didn't get a lot of views from Sweden
Okay.
because
And
everyone
you
was.
see, that's good that you identified that. I'm not sure whether I would have necessarily, put that together and realize what was going on. Do you think if you were using social media as, a marketing tool, do you think it's easy or less easy depending on the type of business you are? So like say for software for Unicorn, it's more of a services thing.
Yeah.
Whereas if, you know, say if we were selling sofas or I don't know,
I
fruit.
think as
Is it,
long as you can identify who you want to talk to,
yeah,
then
okay,
you can tailor your message to that person. And in our case, we want to talk to, of course, we want to talk to the developers in the community, but as and when we look for customers, we want to look for mid-size or large corporations and the middle management in those corporations. And if we only promote videos where we sit and talk about code and data flex and programming and stuff like that, then they are not interested. They won't listen.
right,
So we need to promote more content that's around what the heck am I doing when my Excel sheet gets too big? How do I manage a team? How do I make sure my boss is happy and I got a good community of coworkers? Things like that. Those are the things that we need to talk about to get the actual people who we want to sell products to or solutions to interested in our content, because otherwise we can speak to developers all day, but our actual customers won't notice us.
yeah.
So the you need to figure out who are you talking to.
And that also leads to me to the which of the, you know, myriad now of social media channels do you choose? So I said that, you know, we typically use Twitter, Facebook, Reddit, LinkedIn.
Yeah.
I'm not sure, because I would say Unicorn, we would be hoping actually to try and target young developers potentially who would consider using, you know, this is our example, who
Yeah.
would consider using a new development tool. And
Yeah.
yet I'm not sure then that the channels I'm posting on are necessarily the right channels. And how do I know which are the right channels? Do I just, I don't even know. There's probably some out there, well, probably loads out there that I don't even know.
No, like it could be TikTok. I don't know.
Oh, can you imagine? No.
Yeah. No, but then you should talk to those people, those students or young developers, and ask them where do they spend most time?
Okay, yeah.
Because I even though we post on YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, and in some cases Twitter as well, it's primarily we've seen that Facebook is the place where we get the most engagement.
Okay, well, that's
Um,
interesting.
but that's just because everyone in our age group has Facebook and everyone's
Yes.
there. YouTube, where we hoped to get more engagement, that is probably a place where we get more social media savvy users or some new potential users, but that one is not growing as fast as the Facebook
Okay,
is
oh, that's
doing.
interesting.
And we post on LinkedIn because we have to be present at LinkedIn because that's
Yeah,
where all our actual potential customers are.
yes.
So we want to push more on LinkedIn.
Okay. Oh, well, that's good then. So I feel more comforted now that I am roughly in the right place with
Um,
my
and I
channel.
think you should try to focus on one or two social media channels and go all in on those, and then you can post on other as well, but
Yeah.
focus on one or two, uh,
Okay.
because then
Okay.
you can learn them, you can see how to promote things, how to engage with users, you can investigate different types of content that works on those platforms, you can do research on how you best do posts on those specific platforms.
Mhm.
So you can put some more
Okay.
effort into that type of marketing.
Okay. All right. Well, I think we've, I don't know about you, I've covered a lot of my questions.
Yeah, yeah. it was a good conversation. So
It is interesting.
yeah.
I feel like there's more I can be doing. So measuring, definitely, I'll sort of try and look into that and see if I can.
Just set a goal of what you want to achieve, and then see if you can achieve that. So, like, if you want a certain amount of people sharing your content, then ask people to share and see if you can get them to share in that sense, because otherwise nothing will happen. Or if
Yeah,
you like, we want people to comment on these videos, so we ask our users to think about what we've been talking about and see if they have any questions that we can bring up in future videos.
yeah,
And that's what we are trying to do mainly.
yeah.
But
Okay.
it was nice chatting with you, and I hope
It
that
was. I really
we
enjoyed
can,
it. Thanks,
yeah,
Johan.
yeah, yeah. I hope we can do more of these in the future, because
Yes.
social media and marketing is a big topic. So
Okay, and
there's a lot
I'll
of things.
get some lights sorted,
Yeah,
and
you do that.
that's my homework for next time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. But
Bye.
yeah. Bye bye.
Bye.